So welcome back to our Python class, and we are working with the database connection for our NIM game, this ancient strategy game, but we want to save the players, right? So the question is how to do this. Well, we probably eventually want to have maybe a couple tables, but let's see about for now having a really simple table, right, without any relations. Let's start with that. So let's create tables. We didn't do it. So we need, of course, define create table. Indeed, right. Right, something, right, create table if not exists, name, ID, integer, primary key, auto increment, name, age. Let's do this. Let me add 2 extra quotes so you can see this a little bit better. All right. And let's check this out, the syntax. I would like, of course, do it uppercase, right? Create table if not exists, right? Name, that's the name of it, right? That's the name of the table. Or I'll call it maybe, hopefully you can see ID, integer, primary key, auto increment, name, text, age. Well, okay. Of course, these are not, maybe name would be okay, players, name players. We'll call it maybe name players. Players, and age, of course, is, we'll need age here, right? So also, do we want age? I don't know. We're not going to ask him for age. We could, of course, it could be empty. Name, text would be okay. Right, we could save the players now, right, and commit, right, save the created table. So create table, if it doesn't exist, so I will call it maybe create players table, right, right, on maybe create players table, right. So ID, primary key, right. So also, right, dev create games table. Indeed, very smart, right? Game tables. Let's see if it's smart enough, right? Primary key, player ID integer. Yes, there is no constraint, but yeah, it will work. So we have ID and player ID, ID integer, primary key, auto increment. Game type text, game result text, game date text. Well, games table, maybe we would want to say this player AID, right? We call it AID, on player BID, right? Because we are playing, we're going to have 2 players, right? We want to have some information about this game, right? And let's see if this works, right? Exactly. On result, text, again, we need to have game date. Yeah, we want to have, of course, game date, game type. We could say that extra is not required, of course, right? Some extra fields on, again, if not exists, name games and name players. Right, so we have game table. So of course we need create table, create tables, right? So we will do this, and let's implement this. Let's do this one more. Now create tables. Now create both tables. Create no moves. We'll do it later. We don't have time to do all of the tables. So create tables. Right. So yeah, indeed, on. Exactly, right? So you could, of course, these could be internal, right? I could, of course, make them internal, maybe underscore, maybe it would be better, right? Something like this, right? And it would be even better, right? Because they are not really meant for public consumption, of course. But again, if somebody really wants, they can always check and see. Right, so now, again, create tables also would be, be good. So create tables, print, created tables created if they did not exist, migration complete, right, complete. Okay, and that's basically it, right? Let's take a look, right? Let's take a look if this will work, right? Connection close. Now we'll run it. So now this runs on each time. So this will add this to our constructor, right? So this means it will run all the time. So each time we will try to run it and see if it works. So save it and let's run it. See if any problems. Again, I was depending on my AI assistant to do the table creation. Again, we'll have to check if there are any syntax errors. It looked okay. It looked okay to me. Maybe there's some typo again, and I did some changes. Again, I would ordinarily or in ordinary situation, I would probably double check this with dbeaver or some other database management system. But let's run it. I have a good feeling about it. And of course, that's the most dangerous feeling when you're feeling good. So we have time to do this. Yes, let's do it. Let's save all this, right? All this, right? Config parser object, all this, right? Liga, right? And we will probably, yeah. And I will just quit, exit, you know, exit doesn't work, right? I need to actually quit the game, right? 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, uncode, Liga wins. Okay, great. Right, so what happened? Now let's check this, if this really happened, if anything happened. Let's check reveal in File Explorer. And yes, indeed, 16 kilobytes. So that means, what does it mean? If you open this nimdb in our dbeaver, we should see our tables, right? If I load this in like SQL Online, for example, right? If I run on SQLite tutorial or SQLite Online, right? Right, I could load this file, OpenDB, right? I could go to my GitHub or actually my file. Where is my users? Well, this on demo October, right here, right? And we could open it up here. And let's check. Yes, actually, there is also internal table here, SQL sequence, right? This is actually, I didn't do this, but this is part of the, so you see ID, integer, primary key, that looks good. ID, player A, player B, game type, result, game result. This would maybe this should have been an integer, right? But looks good, right? So now, next step will be, of course, saving games. But we are almost done. We are almost done with our database support. So I'll see you in the next lesson where we will add actual saving of the games.